Welcome back to Z Coins. We're talking about the 1981 Lincoln penny with a unique error, an omit mark. This penny has attracted tons of attention and is highly sought after, even with a current market value that could reach $1 million. So what makes this coin so special, and why is it worth so much? Let's start with a little background. Most of us know that U.S. coins often come with tiny letters indicating where they were minted. For example, D stands for Denver, S is for San Francisco, and Philadelphia coins traditionally don't have a mint mark. But for certain years and types of coins, the absence of a mint mark can signify a rare, unexpected, and valuable coin. In 1981, the Lincoln penny was minted in several places. Most pennies from this year should either have a D or an S for Denver or San Francisco, while Philadelphia usually left theirs blank. However, due to a mix-up, a limited batch of these coins ended up with no mint mark, which makes them extremely rare and highly desirable. So why was there no mint mark on these 1981 pennies? It's believed that a batch of dies, the metal pieces that press the images onto the coins, was accidentally produced without the mint mark. This could have been a simple error during the die production process, or maybe these dies were initially created for Philadelphia and later sent to other mints by mistake. As these coins started to circulate, they mostly went unnoticed. But as more collectors started taking a closer look, the mystery and intrigue around this penny grew. For a long time, collectors didn't know exactly how many were made, which only added to the mystery and excitement. Now let's talk about what you all came here for, the money. Today, these rare pennies are valued at up to $1 million. Yes, that's right, and here's why. There are three main reasons why the 1981 no mint mark penny is worth so much. First, rarity. Only a very limited number of these were minted. Second, condition. Finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition is extremely rare and can drive up the value even further. And third, collector demand. There's a huge interest among numismatists for coins with unusual errors, especially with big historical significance. When one of these rare pennies goes to auction, it attracts fierce competition among collectors, which drives up the price. In recent years, several of these have gone for well over hundreds of thousands of dollars. If one of these were to surface in perfect, mint condition, it could easily hit the $1 million mark. So what should you look for? If you want to find out if you have a 1981 no mint mark penny, here's what to do. First, check the year on your penny. It should say 1981. Then, look just below the date. If there's no mint mark, that's a good start. However, keep in mind, just because a coin has no mint mark doesn't automatically make it valuable. You'll want to verify it with an expert to confirm that it's the error coin. Finally, if you believe you have a rare 1981 no mint mark penny, consider getting it graded by a professional. Organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) can assess its condition and authenticity. A high-grade coin in mint state condition could skyrocket in value, and a professional certification will add to its authenticity at auction. While you're checking for the 1981 no mint mark penny, keep your eyes open for other rare coins as well. Some other notable ones include the 1943 copper penny, 1955 double die penny, and of course, the 1909 SVB penny. These rare coins can also fetch big money at auctions. Finding $1 million penny is like finding a needle in a haystack, but hey, it's possible. Imagine going through your change jar and discovering a small fortune. Rare pennies, like the 1981 no mint mark Lincoln penny, remind us that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. If you enjoyed learning about the hidden treasures in your change jar, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and stories of rare, valuable finds. Also, let us know in the comments Have you ever come across a rare coin? We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, everyone, and happy hunting, where we dive into the exciting world of rare coins and collectibles. Today, we're exploring an incredible story in the world of coin collecting, a 1982 penny that's worth an astonishing $2 million. Yes, you heard that right. This single penny could change your life if you find it in your collection. So if you're into rare coins, love interesting stories, or just like making money, you're in the right place. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all things collectible. Now let's dive in. To understand why this coin is so special, let's start with a bit of background on the 1982 Lincoln penny. 1982 was a transitional year for the U.S. Mint. Up until then, pennies were made of 95% copper, but rising copper prices led the mint to shift to a cheaper, zinc-based penny with just a thin copper coating. As a result, the mint produced both copper and zinc pennies in 1982, and they even issued them with two different mint marks, D for Denver and blank for Philadelphia. Most of these pennies from Philadelphia were produced in massive numbers, which is why most 1982 pennies are common and don't have much value today. However, the discovery of one unique 1982 penny changed everything. The special coin we're talking about is a 1982 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, and it's the only one known to exist in pure copper with a small date on it. The story behind this coin's discovery is just as fascinating as the coin itself. Collectors and experts had known about the change in 1982 from copper to zinc, but it wasn't until recently that someone actually found a penny that was made in 1982, had the small date style, had no mint mark, and was in the original copper composition. This discovery threw the coin collecting world into a frenzy, and the coin immediately became one of the most sought-after Lincoln cents in history. One-of-a-kind discovery. The only known 1982 small date, no mint mark copper penny. Alright, let's talk about why this 1982 penny is worth so much. There are a few factors that make this coin so valuable. Rarity. This is the only 1982 small date, no mint mark, copper penny known to exist. A one-of-a-kind coin in the world of numismatics is practically priceless. Historical significance. This penny represents a unique time in U.S. Mint history when they were transitioning metals and experimenting with different designs, condition, and quality. This particular coin was discovered in incredibly high-grade condition, which is rare for pennies that have been in circulation. Anywhere where damage would lower the value significantly, but this one was found in almost mint condition. Collector demand. Rare coins have a huge following, and collectors worldwide are willing to pay a premium for something truly unique. It's a dream piece for any collector. All these factors combined have made the coin incredibly desirable, driving its estimated value up to $2 million. So, let's get into the details on how you can identify this rare penny. Here's what you need to look for. Date size. First, make sure you're looking at the 1982 small date style. You can tell if it's a small date by examining the alignment of the numbers. The 8 and 2 in the date should appear more balanced, with less thickness compared to the large date version. Mint mark. The coin should have no mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. The Denver coins have a D mark, so if you see that, it's not the right penny. Metal composition. This is the tricky part. Most 1982 pennies are zinc, which is much lighter than copper. A copper penny should weigh about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny is only around 2.5 grams. Use a small digital scale to check the weight. If your 1982 penny weighs 3.11 grams, you might have a copper coin. Check the edge for any damage or alteration. Any scratches, dents, or heavy wear could impact the coin's value. A professional grading service can help authenticate and grade your coin. If your penny matches all these criteria, it's worth getting it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Authentication is critical because it adds legitimacy to the coin and protects both you and the potential buyer. So let's say you think you've found a 1982 small date, no mint mark copper penny. What's next? Here's what I recommend. Double check all the criteria. Go back over the weight, date, mint mark, and any other features to make sure it's a match. Get professional authentication. Take your coin to a trusted numismatist or send it to a professional grading service. They'll examine the coin and determine if it's authentic and if it's in good condition. Consider selling at auction. Because of its rarity, a coin like this would do incredibly well at a top auction house, where high-end collectors will pay the best price for a one-of-a-kind find. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are great choices for selling rare coins. Alright, let's get down to numbers. The estimated value of this coin, due to its rarity and condition, is around $2 million as of now. If this penny were to be sold, it would likely be the highest-selling Lincoln penny ever. Considering that a regular 1982 penny is worth just about 1 cent, finding one of these would truly be the ultimate penny from heaven. Now, if you're a coin collector or just getting started, here are a few tips to increase your chances of finding rare coins like this. Always check your change. You never know when you might come across a valuable coin in your everyday transactions. Learn about coin grades and condition. Understanding grading standards can help you identify valuable coins and protect them properly. Use online resources and communities. There are a ton of coin collecting forums and websites where you can learn about different coins, share finds, and get advice from experienced collectors. There you have it. The 1982 small date, no mint mark copper penny is an incredible piece of U.S. history and a treasure to any collector. If you happen to find one, you could be sitting on a goldmine. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share this video with anyone you think might have this hidden gem. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, leave a comment below. See you in the next video. We're diving into one of the hottest topics in coin collecting, how a regular-looking penny could turn out to be worth big money. That's right, today we're talking about the 2003 D mint mark Lincoln cent and whether it could really be worth, wait for it, $7 million. Alright, so let's start with the basics. The 2003 Lincoln cent, also called the penny by most people, was minted in Denver, which is what the D mint mark stands for. Around 3.5 billion of these coins were minted a year, making it one of the most common modern pennies. But there's more to it. Coin collectors, dealers, and hobbyists know that it's not just about how many were minted, but the specific characteristics of each coin that can make it valuable. So what would make any coin, let alone a recent penny, worth millions of dollars? Well, typically, rare coins earn their high value from one of these factors: a mint error, exceptional grade, unique historical significance, or some combination of these. For example, a coin with a unique minting error, like a double strike or an off-center minting, can make it stand out and sometimes skyrocket in value. But a high grade, such as MS69 or MS70 on the Sheldon scale, also makes a big difference. This scale runs from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. So here's the $1 million, or should I say, $7 million question. Is there really a 2003 D penny worth that much? I hate to break it to you, but as of now, no 2003 D penny has ever been valued at $7 million. Now, don't go away. This doesn't mean it's impossible for it to have significant value. It's just not at that level right now. There are coins, like the 1943 copper penny, that have sold for over $1 million due to unique circumstances, but there hasn't been a confirmed error or grade high enough to make the 2003 D worth that level yet. Now, let's talk realistic values. While it's rare to find a 2003 D penny worth more than face value, If it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, and maybe graded MS67 or above, it could be worth up to $10 to $15 in the current market. And if you're lucky enough to find an error, maybe like a double die or off-center strike, that could increase the value into the hundreds. Keep in mind, coin values change with market demand, and what's worth $10 today might go up over time as collector interest grows. So what should you look for if you want to try your luck? Here's a quick checklist. First, look for any obvious errors like double die obverse, meaning doubled images on Lincoln's face or lettering. Next, inspect for any off-center minting. These are easy to spot if the design isn't perfectly centered. Lastly, try to keep an eye out for pennies in perfect condition. Uncirculated coins, ones without any scratches or marks, tend to fetch more in the collector's market. Now, if you're serious about finding that rare penny, there are a few tips that might help you on your journey. First, always use a magnifying glass or coin loupe for close inspection. Second, consider getting your coins graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC if you think they're valuable. Grading can often make a huge difference in value. And finally, keep your pennies stored in a protective case to maintain their condition over time. Alright, everyone. That wraps up our deep dive into the 2003 Lincoln penny. So while you might not be cashing in for $7 million, there's still a chance your penny could be worth much more than face value. Keep checking your pocket change, because who knows, you could have a hidden treasure just waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the hidden gems in your coin collection, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching and happy collecting! We're diving into one of the most fascinating mysteries in the world of coin collecting. And who knows? That penny you just tossed in a jar might be worth a fortune. Welcome to Channel Name, where we explore the world of rare coins, unexpected treasures, and everything in between. So let's get into it. The 2001 Lincoln penny is pretty common and circulated widely across the United States. These coins are made from copper-plated zinc, weigh about 2.5 grams, and are 19 millimeters in diameter. They feature the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that ran from 1959 to 2008. When we talk about mint marks, we're referring to the little letter on a coin that tells us where it was made. Coins made in Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, while those made in Denver and San Francisco have a D or an S, respectively. So, if your 2001 penny has no mint mark, that just means it was minted in Philadelphia. Nothing too rare there. Now, I know what you're thinking. If the 2001 penny without a mint mark is so common, why are people saying it's worth millions? Well, this is where things get interesting. There's been a lot of online buzz around rare pennies and supposed error coins. Some reports and myths claim certain 2001 pennies sold for as high as $6 million. But before you go searching through your change jar, let's separate fact from fiction. There are a few factors that can make coins incredibly valuable. First and foremost, rarity plays a huge role. If a coin was minted in very low numbers, or if it has a unique error that's hard to find, collectors are often willing to pay a premium. Another major factor is the condition or grade of the coin. The grading scale runs from poor all the way to mint state or MS70. The higher the grade, the more pristine the coin is, and the more it's worth. Now, 2001 pennies without mint marks are plentiful, and most of them are circulated, meaning they're not in mint condition. So, in general, they're worth about a penny, maybe a couple of cents if they're in perfect, uncirculated condition. So why do we see prices in the millions for coins like the 2001 penny in some stories? Well, the $6 million figure you've heard probably originates from some of the highest value coins ever sold, like the 1794 flowing hair dollar or the 1933 double eagle. These coins were rare, historic, and often one of a kind. But sadly, the 2001 penny isn't in that category. There are no known rare or valuable error varieties for the 2001 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. So, while it's a cool piece of American currency, it's not fetching those million-dollar bids. And if you see claims like that online, they're likely a misinterpretation or simply misinformation. Now, let's take a quick detour and look at some coins that are worth a fortune. For example, the 1943 bronze Lincoln penny, which was accidentally struck on a bronze planchet instead of zinc-coated steel during World War II, has sold for as much as $1.7 million. And then there's the 1955 double die penny, a favorite among collectors because of its unique, misaligned print. These coins can sell for thousands of dollars if they're in excellent condition. So, let's get back to the 2001 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Its true value. Realistically, you're looking at around 1 to 5 cents in most cases. If you have an absolutely flawless, uncirculated specimen, you might get $1 or $2 from a collector who's trying to complete their collection in high grades. For the 2001 penny to reach an astronomical value, it would need a combination of rarity, historical significance, and an extraordinary error, none of which exists for this date and mint. However, don't be discouraged from checking your pocket change. Here are some quick tips to help you spot potentially valuable pennies or error coins. Look for errors. Check for misprints, doubling, or off-center strikes. Check the date. Certain years, like 1909S or 1914D, are extremely rare and valuable. Mint marks matter. Some mint marks can make a coin rare. For example, the D mint mark in 1922 is valuable. Research and grading. If you think you have something special, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Illustrate each point with relevant images of error coins, rare dates, and close-ups of mint marks. So there you have it. The 2001 Lincoln penny without a mint mark may not be worth millions. But that doesn't mean coin collecting is without its treasures. Every coin tells a story about our history, our economy, and the unique world of coin collecting. Keep searching, and maybe someday you'll find something incredible hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coin collecting tips, myths debunked, and fascinating coin facts. Let us know in the comments if you've found any rare or interesting coins in your change jar. Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and happy collecting, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're talking about a very specific U.S. coin that you might just have lying around somewhere, the 1990s Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be asking, wait, can a penny really be worth that much? The answer is yes. Some pennies minted in the 1990s have been auctioned for thousands, and in some cases, even close to $5 million. Sounds wild, right? Let's dive into the details of what makes these coins so valuable, and how you can spot one. Let's start with a bit of history and background. In the 1990s, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. The design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front, hadn't changed much since it was first introduced in 1909, but the materials had. The copper coins of earlier decades were replaced with a copper-plated zinc core in 1982, giving them a unique look and weight. These coins were struck at various mints across the country, notably in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D mint mark, and San Francisco, S mint mark, each of which produced slightly different coins. But it's not just about where these coins were made. It's about the unique errors and rare variations that make certain pennies stand out. Let's break down some of the most valuable 1990s Lincoln cents you should keep an eye out for. The value of a 1990s Lincoln cent largely depends on the mint mark, and whether or not the coin has any unique features or errors. Here are a few of the most sought-after and valuable versions of the 1990s penny. The 1990 NOS Proof Lincoln Cent is one of the rarest and most valuable coins from this period. It was intended to be struck at the San Francisco Mint, but due to an error, some of these proof coins were produced without the S Mint mark. This tiny omission has made the 1990 NOS penny an incredibly rare collector's item. Fun fact: only about 200 of these coins are known to exist, and they have fetched prices as high as $25,000 at auction. So if you have a 1990 proof set, take a close look. You might just have a NOS penny hiding in there. While most coins are produced under strict quality control, some rare and valuable errors slip through. 1990s Lincoln pennies with off-center strikes, double dies, and broad strikes have become quite popular among collectors. A double die is when the coin design is struck twice, leading to a doubled appearance on letters and images. This gives the coin an unusual, doubled look on certain features, especially noticeable around "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." These errors can add substantial value, sometimes pushing a penny's worth up to $1,000 or more, depending on the clarity and rarity of the mistake. High-grade 1990s pennies, MS67 and above. Some pennies from the 1990s in mint state, with a grade of MS67 or higher, are worth thousands simply due to their pristine condition. Most circulated pennies have some wear and tear, but those that remain in flawless, uncirculated condition are much rarer. An MS68 grade 1995 penny, for instance, has sold for over $2,000 at auction. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You may have heard rumors of a 1990s Lincoln penny worth $5 million. While there isn't exactly a record of a 1990s Lincoln penny selling for that amount, it's not impossible to imagine. Here's why. High-profile auction houses like Heritage Auctions have sold coins of comparable rarity and historical significance for millions. Coins with rare features, unique mint errors, or particular provenance, think a one-of-a-kind coin previously owned by a famous collector, can easily fetch millions. In theory, if a pristine, one-of-a-kind error penny from the 1990s emerged with the right characteristics, it could indeed attract a multi-million-dollar bid. So, while a specific $5 million penny hasn't been confirmed, the potential is there. Now, let's get practical. Here's how you can check if your 1990s penny might be worth something significant. First, identify any mint mark on your penny. If it's a 1990 with no mint mark in a proof set, you could be holding a NOS proof penny. Otherwise, look for the small d or s mark to determine if it's from Denver or San Francisco. Using a magnifying glass, look closely at the lettering, dates, and images. If you see any doubling, unusual spacing, or misalignments, you might have an error coin. Finally, look at the coin's condition. Coins with little to no wear, meaning high-grade or uncirculated coins, are far more valuable. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can help you determine the grade if you think your penny is in excellent condition. And there you have it. Who knew that a penny could be worth thousands or potentially millions? The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes it's the tiniest details that make all the difference. So the next time you come across a penny from the 1990s, take a closer look. You never know. You might have a rare gem hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. We've got more exciting content coming your way to help you hunt down treasures in your own pocket change. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Today, I have an incredible story for you about a penny that has made headlines and stunned collectors everywhere. Imagine picking up a 1989 penny, thinking it's just pocket change, only to find out it's worth a whopping $4 million. You heard that right. Today, we're talking about why this 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has become one of the most valuable modern coins out there. So what makes this particular penny so valuable? And why is it causing such a buzz in the coin collecting world? Before we dive into the unique qualities of this coin, let's talk about how coins like this even get their value in the first place. For those who may not know, every U.S. penny typically has a mint mark indicating where it was produced, whether in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But sometimes, certain coins are released without these marks, either by mistake or because they were minted in Philadelphia, where coins often don't bear a mint mark. However, a no-mint mark 1989 penny being valuable, that's unheard of. But there are specific reasons why this penny is the exception to the rule. Let's get into what makes this particular 1989 penny so unique. The story begins with an incredibly rare error that happened during the minting process. Most pennies minted in 1989 came out of Denver and Philadelphia. The Philadelphia pennies usually lack a mint mark, but that's not the big news here. The huge news is that certain 1989 pennies without a mint mark feature rare doubling or design errors. So why are error coins worth so much money? In the world of coin collecting, errors are like gold. They're a collector's dream. Most mints strive for perfection, so any mistake makes the coin both rare and desirable. There are various types of errors: off-centering, doubling, and sometimes even mistaken dates or mismatched details. The reason these coins fetch such high prices is that they're genuinely one of a kind. There could be thousands, even millions, of regular 1989 pennies, but this particular error is exceptionally rare. And rarity is the key factor that drives value. Let's go back to when this penny was first discovered. A few years ago, a coin collector noticed something off with his 1989 penny. Upon closer inspection, he realized it had no mint mark, but there was also a very faint doubling effect around the date and Lincoln's portrait. Collectors quickly realized this penny was special. When experts examined it, they confirmed it wasn't just any no mint mark penny, it had multiple errors. This penny turned out to be one of the only ones of its kind. Eventually, the penny's uniqueness was confirmed, and it hit the auction circuit, sparking bidding wars as collectors sought to own this one-in-a-million coin. Alright, so how did we get to the $4 million figure? Over the years, as collectors became aware of the rarity of this coin, its market value skyrocketed. With collectors and investors competing, the price has now reached the $4 million mark, making it the most valuable modern penny. Yes, some serious coin collectors have paid millions for rare coins before, but a modern penny being worth $4 million is almost unheard of. It shows that demand and rarity can make any coin, even a seemingly ordinary penny, a valuable treasure. Now, you're probably wondering how you can check if your 1989 penny is the next big find. Here's what to look for. First, check for no mint mark. Second, look for any doubling or signs of unusual wear. You'll want to examine the date and Lincoln's portrait very carefully. A microscope or a magnifying glass can help here, and if you're unsure, consult a coin expert or grading service to get a professional opinion. It's worth noting that there are a lot of 1989 pennies out there. This one is incredibly rare, but that doesn't mean you won't come across other valuable error coins. Always check your change. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. So what does this mean for all of you collectors out there? Well, if you love coin collecting, this is an amazing reminder that unique finds are still out there, even in modern coins. And if you're new to coin collecting, this might be a perfect time to start. Who knows? You could be the next person to uncover a multi-million-dollar treasure. Thank you so much for joining me on this fascinating look at one of the most valuable modern pennies. Be sure to like and subscribe for more intriguing stories and tips on valuable finds. And remember, always check your change because you might be sitting on a fortune. Until next time, happy collecting, where we dive into all things coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. Today, we're talking about a penny that could just be worth a whole lot more than 1 cent, and I mean big money. That's right, the 1985 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that has collectors buzzing. You might be wondering, why would a 1985 penny be worth anything over face value, let alone millions of dollars? Well, stick around because we're breaking down what makes this coin special, what factors increase its value, and how you might just have a small fortune hiding in your pocket change. First, let's talk a bit about the history of the 1985 D Lincoln penny. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint in 1985, and it's part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which was produced from 1959 to 2008. In 1985, over 5 billion pennies were minted at Denver alone, so it wasn't exactly rare when it came out. But there are some key factors that can turn an ordinary penny into something truly extraordinary. The Denver Mint marked its coins with a small d right here below the date, and this mint mark is essential for identifying where a coin was produced. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. What's the value of a 1985 D Lincoln penny? Well, most of these coins are still only worth 1 cent, but a few can reach prices of several dollars to hundreds of dollars, and in rare cases, they've been known to go for thousands. However, you may have heard rumors or seen posts about a $3 million sale for one of these coins. Now, there's no confirmed sale of a 1985 D penny reaching $3 million. But collectors are always looking for the most unique and pristine examples. So let's talk about what factors could, theoretically, make a penny from this year reach such high values. There are a few factors that can elevate the value of any coin, and the 1985 D penny is no exception. Let's break down the big three: rarity, condition, and errors. Even though billions were minted, finding a perfectly preserved 1985 D penny in high condition is extremely rare. If you have one that's in mint state or graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, you're already looking at a coin that's worth a lot more than face value. In the coin world, rarity and condition go hand in hand when it comes to driving up the value. Let's talk about condition, also known as the mint state or MS grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the closer the coin is to perfect condition. In the case of the 1985 D penny, coins that are graded MS67 or above can be worth several $1,000s. These high grades mean the coin has virtually no scratches, dings, or marks from circulation. Cut to a graphic of the MS grading scale with a bright highlight on the MS67 and MS68 ranges. A MS68 grade could bring in anywhere from $1,500 to $4,000, depending on the demand. But again, remember, these grades are rare, and the slightest flaw can drop a coin down the scale. Last but definitely not least, let's talk errors and varieties. Sometimes during the minting process, mistakes happen, creating what's known as an error coin. Certain errors can significantly boost the value of a 1985 D penny. Show images of penny errors such as double die, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks. Some of the most valuable errors include double dies, where the coin is struck twice, creating a doubling effect on the design or lettering. Other errors could be off-center strikes or even repunched mint marks. These types of mistakes are what make collectors go crazy, and finding one could indeed fetch thousands, even tens of thousands, of dollars at auction. So what should you be looking for to know if your penny is worth more than a cent? Here are a few things to check. Is your penny shiny and free from scratches or marks? High grades mean big money. Make sure you're looking at a D mint mark from Denver. There are valuable 1985 pennies from other mints, but the D mint mark is the focus today. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for errors, like doubling on the date or any strange markings. Some errors are more subtle, but even small ones can add value. Show close-up shots of a penny under a magnifying glass, highlighting what to look for. Now, while we all love the idea of finding $1 million penny, the reality is that even a valuable 1985 penny won't quite reach that price unless it's an exceptionally rare error or a pristine high-grade specimen. Most high-quality examples of this penny sell between $1,500 and $4,000 if they're in top condition or have a unique error. So, if you have a 1985 penny and think it might be special, you may want to have it professionally graded. Who knows? You might have a small fortune waiting to be discovered. Well, that's it for today's dive into the 1985 Lincoln penny. Remember, while it's unlikely any of these will sell for $3 million, high-quality examples can still fetch an impressive price. Keep checking your pocket change, because you never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. The host holds the penny up to the camera. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting tips and hidden treasures. Until next time, keep hunting for those coins.